It's day 3 of the boot camp, and today we're going to speak about C for compose. If this comes to you in time, it's courtesy not me, it's courtesy somebody called Neha. There's a phone ringing behind me, just ignore that. I'm in Chennai and I just needed a particular environment around me to be able to do C for compose. Day 3, C, alphabet C stands for compose. I was going to do this tomorrow or probably after 4 days or maybe 10 days. But then somebody who's watching this video, Neha, thank you. Neha prods me and tells me day 3 video has not been loaded. And it's because of students like Neha that a teacher draws inspiration. It's not always that a teacher inspires a student. Most often a student inspires a teacher as well. So Astha, Hamza, Neha, Fardeen. If you're watching me, you inspire me much more than I inspire you. C for compose. Forgive the darkness in the room, forgive the shabby background and whatever you have. Just focus on the content. Forgive what's happening in the background. Okay, my colleagues have just ordered for Bhel Puri or I don't know what. We are in Chennai for an NCLT case and you'll see a lot of movement around me. Just ignore all of that and let's come straight to the point. C for compose. But before that, yesterday I did B for books. And I had at some point in time in that video mentioned that you can go to Raddi's shop and you'll find a treasure there. Believe it or not, that was yesterday, this is today. I'm in Chennai. I go out for a cup of tea and a smoke, which you should not. And I discover this. A treasure, a first edition book of somebody who talks about the 5 great rules of selling. Now, why would a lawyer need to sell? We'll come to that in a while. But it's a first edition. It's a first edition. Okay, it's 1947. And that's like at least more than 60, 70 years ago. Yesterday, I also mentioned about the Camino Island. In Camino Island, written by John Grisham, he talks about the protagonist, the hero, who collects first edition books. What are the odds, Neha, that I'm in Chennai and I do a video on books and the next day I come to Chennai and I pick up a first edition of something based on an advice that I gave all of you. That's what this is. I draw as much from this activity as you do. If you feel inspired by me, I feel inspired by you. So Neha sends me a message and tells me we are waiting for day 3. And I was about to step out and do something with my evening. And you can see this is Thursday the 20th and my evening from 5:30 I'm trying to fill it up. Tomorrow is 29th and it's already filled up. And then I'm thinking, should I go and see my old school in Chennai or should I call a client and go out for a tour with him of Chennai? And then Neha sends me that message asking me to do day 3. So when somebody like me who's teaching you can leave everything aside and do this video, then I'm sure you can also leave everything aside and do what I'm asking you to do. C for compose. Now there are 2 ways to do this. One is, oh shit, I need to write this, I need to finish this work. Or the other way, how about Vincent van Gogh? If you don't know who's Vincent van Gogh, Google will tell you who he is. Leonardo da Vinci, Google will tell you who he is. You have an option in your house, in your present surroundings, to be for law what Leonardo da Vinci was for the Renaissance movement and what Vincent van Gogh did for painting. Well, this what you saw. I was doing about like 20 minutes before Neha sent me that message. I was doing this. It's just an attempt to write. I got so many things here. I got like 20 different things to write, 20 different journals. Here's how another one of mine looks. No, things to do, notebook, notes. And in this, I got my accounts, I got my thoughts. You need to write. If you're a lawyer, yesterday we spoke about B for books, you need to read. Today we are talking about C for compose. You need to write. You need to write. Just like A.R. Rahman composes music, and that's why he is A.R. Rahman. Just like Vincent van Gogh, just like M.F. Hussain, Anjali Ila Menon, all those painters of yore and today, just like they compose. You compose. When I compose, I tell myself, Vincent van Gogh is watching. M.F. Hussain is watching. And it's okay, even if they're not watching, it's me composing. So on one of these occasions, I compose just this much, this and this. It's a story. I don't even know what it is about. It goes like this. He knew he was going to go. The question was how and when and where, and most importantly, in what manner. It would all be by his own choosing. Why would folks want to prolong life on earth? I'm writing a novel and the hero is about to commit suicide. So, compose. Here is my journal. Dated Friday, 18th October, 3:56 p.m. It's in a court of law. It's the Judicial Magistrate First Class. There's a hearing about to happen. And I'm tired of waiting from 11 a.m. in the morning, so I just write down my thoughts. Now, why is it important to compose? Because that's the life you've chosen. Excuse me? Why is what?
Talk loudly.
Talk loudly. That's the life you've chosen. You've chosen to live the life of a lawyer. A lawyer needs to read, a lawyer needs to write. Every day. If you can't, that's rather American, if you can't, if you cannot do that every day, read every day, write every day, just get the hell out of this profession, because there's nothing you can do. If you read every day, if you write every day, there's lots you can do in this profession. What do you compose? You compose a journal. Please excuse my paunch. Can you wait? Please write every day. You can write a letter to who? To your best friend, to your mom, to your dad, to your teacher. A letter. You can write a grievance to the chief minister, to the MP, to the MLA. You can write your thoughts about how just the day went. You can write a story, you can write a poem. If you don't do this every day, when you land that big case and when you have to write that petition, when you have to type that petition, you won't be able to do that. Because the words won't flow. It's as simple as that. There's something called a writer's block. You know what authors struggle with? Authors struggle with something called a writer's block. They're not able to write. Lawyers suffer from a lawyer's block. They don't know what to write. So the best way to get rid of that is to write every day. 2,000 words, and that's a tall order. Because I'm told that the best authors in the world struggle to write 2,000 words a day. So I'm challenging you, Astha, Hamza, Neha, to write 2,000 words a day. That's what J.K. Rowling did when she wrote Harry Potter. That's what that's what Salman Rushdie does. That's what Manu Pillai does. they all write minimum 2,000 words a day. And I can tell you with experience that you can write that in 2 hours. You just need practice. Write. Invest in papers, I'm giving you the authority. If you ever stay in a hotel, steal their papers. Write. Buy journals. Buy like diaries like this. Write. Okay. Notepads. Write. Write. And if nothing else, papers. Write. 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 If you cannot write, leave the profession, because there's not much you're going to do. Now, you can make it fun. This is how you make it. Can you put this camera here, please? This is how you make it fun. How does your mummy cook for you every day? She does something new every day, or she just, has fun with it. Maybe, I hope so. Look at my pouch. Do I look like a man, right? But look at this girly pouch. The zip is opened. Highlighter, sketch pens, pencil. This is a unique thing to cut papers. Highlighter, pen. Alright, I got this pouch with me because I want to make my writing fun. I want to have fun with my writing. I want to highlight what I write. I want to highlight what I read. Okay, did I cover this this book? Alright, okay. Here's another example. I was meeting a client in Chennai last week. Look at this carefully. Thursday, 21st November 2019, a hotel called Habless. Waiting for somebody, and I draw up an entire chart for what my client should do in an NCLT case. It will become second nature to you. And feel good about it. You'll feel good about it. When you make this habit, you'll never be bored again. If you have a pen and if you have a piddly paper, you can draw up the litigation plan for your client. And always do this. Thursday, 21st November 2019, where you are, Habless lobby, waiting for. So when you look back after 20 years, you know that that's where you were when you wrote this. Okay, did I tell you about this? Look at this. What a weird looking shit this is. Are you bored?
We're done with that.
It's okay. Look at I'm just showing the paraphernalia that I have. Okay. As girls, you will not have so much makeup items that I have for writing. There's papers, journals, notepads. And then of course this. I'm not advertising for HP. I can safely tell you MacBook is far better. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is C for compose. 2,000 words a day. If you cannot think of what you can compose, write about your day's events. Write that love letter to that loser that you're going to marry. Write a letter to your parents. Write a letter to your teachers. Write a letter to your chief minister. But write. C for compose. I'm going to give you some homework today. There's somebody called Ray Bradbury. That's spelled as first name R-A-Y, Ray. Second name Bradbury, B-R-A-D-B-U-R-Y. Now, he gave a particular opening address or a closing address to a school of journalism. And he was so eloquent there. He's a great author. He said so much about the skill of writing. He's not a lawyer. He's an author. But I was so impressed. He tells you far better than I do about what you should do to be able to write. Ray Bradbury. Watch him. Secondly, there is somebody called Ramanuj Mukherjee from our own India. He runs this beautiful website called Lawseeker. Lawsikho. Learn law. Can you stop doing that with that, please? Lawseeker. Ramanuj Mukherjee is a far better teacher than I am. He has, come out with this book just yesterday. I read all of his blogs, and he's talking about a law student being able to make 1 lakh rupees a month. The book is called something like My Own Flying Start or Flying Start, something like that. Look him up on Google. Ramanuj Mukherjee, Lawseeker. Yeah? C for compose. I'm going to take another 2 minutes. You got a problem? Okay. C for compose. Let's dwell on that, you and I, for 30 seconds of silence. Write what you want, but do right. Otherwise, you'll never become a lawyer. If you can't come up with something, just write shit, asshole, 2,000 times. Put the pen to the paper. The more important thing here is that you're devoting a particular set of time to do your writing. That's the most important part. C for compose. And connect this backwards with B for books. If you read different authors, you read John Grisham, you read the architect of a constitution, Baba Sahib Ambedkar, you read even that 50 Shades of Grey, you read Ray Bradbury, you read Lee Child, you read Shakespeare, you read Munshi Premchand in Hindi. All of that reading will help you to write. Neha, from today, you're going to write not 2,000 words, now 1,500, not 1,000, but you're going to write 100 words and you're going to send that to me. Write every day. I'm going to come back tomorrow with day. You're already on day 5, considering there was a day 0. You're on day 5. And D is going to be something scintillating. What's D for? Tell me now. A for alarm, B for books, C for compose, which all of you can do now. You got an alarm clock, you got money to buy books. If you don't have, just go to Radhi shop, 20 rupees, you find treasure. C for compose, pen and paper. You can write on a tissue paper for all I care. D for? Well, I'm going to tell you what's D for. Just that I don't have my cell phone.
D for deep.
D! I'm going to tell you now. Neha, Astha, and Hamza. I don't know how many others are watching. D for deep. D for deep. Now, what is deep? D-E-E-P. We'll cover tomorrow. Thank you for being with me. See you tomorrow.